Hello everyone, this is the tutorial for the mesh stitch bralette crop top that I'm wearing right now. It is very easy, very beginner friendly, and I hope you enjoy the video. Please let me know if you like it. Thank you. Also, all of the videos and tutorials on my channel are completely free, but I will not complain if you want to donate. For this tutorial, we will need a pair of scissors, a 3.5mm hook, some yarn. I'm using Cotton Fair. It's a cotton acrylic blend. It's a weight 2 yarn, and a tape measure. So if you don't know your bust measurement already, you're going to want to take that measurement with a tape measure. Mine is 34, and then you're going to want to divide that by 2. So that number for me is 17. So I'll be doing my foundation row for 17 inches. And I did a single crochet foundation row because I find that it's more sturdy, but if you want to do a simple chain stitch row, feel free to do that as well. But yes, so this is 17 inches long, and you're also going to want to make sure that it is an even number of stitches. So if you're a 34 bust like me, I chained 72, but do however many you need. So after your foundation row, you're gonna just chain 2, turn your work, and we're gonna double crochet right into the first chain, which is the 3rd stitch from your hook. Just 1 double crochet right there. And then we're going to do another double crochet into the next stitch. That's right, everybody, we're just gonna do double crochet stitches for this entire row. So I have finished 1 row of double crochet. I'm at the end of this row again. I'm gonna chain 2 more, turn my work, and we're going to do 1 more row of double crochet. So every stitch will get a double crochet for the rest of this row as well. Okay, so I just finished 2 rows of double crochet, and for the next row I will chain 2 again, turn my work, and do another double crochet into the first stitch, which is again the 3rd stitch from the hook. And don't worry, this is not going to be another double crochet row. We are going to chain 1, skip 1, and then double crochet into the next one. So there's a little box forming right there. Chaining another one, skipping another one, double crocheting into the next one after that, and another little box. So we're going to repeat that pattern of chaining 1, skipping 1, and double crocheting into the next one to create the mesh stitch. And this is pretty easy. I think if it's not, you can slow it down and watch me do it in slow motion. Yeah, so we're going to do this the rest of the row, and I will meet you at the end of the row. So I've reached almost the end of the row. I'm on my last little box, and I'm not going to chain 1 after this little box. I'm just going to do a double crochet straight into the very last stitch, like that. So that's my first row of the little mesh stitch boxes. For the next row, we're going to chain 2 again, turn the work, and we're going to double crochet into the first stitch, which is the 3rd chain from the hook again. Double crochet, chaining 1, and this time we're going to go right into the box. So we're going to double crochet right into that box. And it's very easy because it's much bigger than a tiny little stitch like that. So this row should go pretty fast. So you're just going to chain 1 again, double crochet right into the space, chain 1, double crochet right into the space, like that. Now we're going to do that for this entire row. Right, so I'm at the end of this row and I just am finishing up my last little box space. And without chaining one, I'm just going to double crochet into the very last stitch again. There we go. And now I've completed 2 rows of that. Now I'm gonna do about 3 or 4 more rows of the boxes, the mesh stitch. You can do however many you want. It just depends on what kind of length you're going for. This is gonna be kind of like the band part. So, you know, you can do it like a crop top length or more of a bralette length, then you don't have to do any more rows, I guess. But I'm gonna do about 3 or 4 and I will meet you when I'm done. Alright, so I finished with my rows that I'm gonna do, and it does look a little wonky, and sometimes if it looks a little wonky you might just want to stretch it out a little bit, but it should be okay. It will all work out in the end. And if you really want to make sure that it is in fact even, you can count the number of boxes in each row, and they should just be the same number of boxes in every row. So the next part, we're going to find out which stitch is the middle stitch, and if you had an even number at first, then you should have one that's directly in the middle. I'm just gonna eyeball mine, but you can also count if you want to. So that's my middle stitch right there. So what I'm gonna do now is do 1 more row of the mesh stitch up until I get to this point, and I think it will end up being in this box as well, so I'll meet you here. Alright, I went to the middle stitch, which was my 18th little box space. So now I'm going to chain 2, turn the work, and now we will only be working on this cup right here, and then we will do the exact same thing on this cup. So my nails look really cute. So now that we've chained 2, what we're going to do is skip this first box and make a double crochet into the next box. So we're going to start slightly decreasing right there, chaining 1 and double crocheting into the next space. We're going to just do the rest of this row like we normally did the other box rows, and we're going to do it the exact same way all the way to the end of this row. Alright, so we're going to end the row normally with just a double crochet in that last stitch right there. So we're going to end it normally and chain 2, turn the work again. Now we're going to start decreasing on this side. So we're just going to go, still do a double crochet in that first stitch though. We're going to do that for every row on this side. But we're going to skip this box and chain 1 and then just go a double crochet directly into the next box. So you see I just skipped a box right there. So then that'll start slightly decreasing on this side. So we're not going to do 2 decreases in every row. We're just going to do 1 in each row. So when you get to this side, you're going to do the decrease going on that side. And then when you get here, you're going to do the decrease on this side. So for this one, we're just going to do this row normally all the way into the end as well. And this is the last little box, and we're going to double crochet right into that last little box. Okay, so we're chaining 2, turning again, and remember this is a decrease side, so we're just going to skip that first box and double crochet into the next box. Okay, chain 1 and then continue the row as normally all the way to the end. Do that as normally, and then you're going to decrease on this side and this side. So it will be a slight decrease all the way up until you get to about 3 boxes left. Let's do 3 boxes left, and I will meet you there. Another way to make sure that you're doing this right is to count the boxes again and the number of rows. It should be decreasing by 1. It should always be decreasing by 1 stitch. So this row, let's say, had 17, so this row should have 16. This row should have 15. The next row should have 14. And so on and so on and so forth until you get to 3 boxes. And I'll meet you back there. So here is one of my cup sides, and I stopped at 3 boxes. Now the straps you can do one of 2 ways because I like to give people options. I'm a Gemini, so I can never decide. But I'm going to do mine in a halter top kind of way. And for that measurement, this is what I did. So for my halter neck, I measured around my neck where the cup came up, because I measured it right here, and where it's going to be on the other side. So that says 16. So I'm going to take half that measurement and make a row going up to 8 on both cups. Or if you want to do a tie halter, you can just make a row as long as you want it to tie in the back. So I'm just going to chain 2, 3. I'm going to chain 3 instead of 2, turn my work, and then I'm going to double crochet right into the top of this one, so not in the space anymore, just on top of the double crochet right underneath. Chain 1 more, double crochet on top of the next double crochet from underneath. You see? Chain 1 and then double crochet into the last space. So there will be 3, but they'll be right on top of the double crochets, so no longer in the space. So 1, 2, 3 again, turning it over, double crochet right on top of the double crochet from the last row, chain 1, double crochet right on top of the double crochet from the last row, chain 1, double crochet right into the space. Also, if you want to just double crochet right into the stitch, you can do that, but you know, I'm just gonna do it in space because it saves time. And then we chain 3 again, and then we do that exact same thing. So that is gonna be what the strap is gonna look like. So it's just gonna be that for as long as you want it to be. If you want to do the tie halter, or if you want to do the version where it's a continuous halter connecting to the other cup like I'm gonna do, then you could take that measurement and chain up until however many inches was the measurement that you had right there. So I will do that. After you finish with your strap on that one side, then you're going to want to reattach your yarn and do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So just going to reattach my yarn right here, and then chain 2, turn my work, and just double crochet right into that first stitch. Chain 1 and just continue the pattern that you did on the other cup. All the way until you get to the middle, and then you're gonna double crochet into this stitch as well, and then do the exact same decreases as you did for this cup, and the exact same strap that you did for the other cup too, and I will meet you back there. And here is the sort of finished product. I ended up doing 12 additional rows on each side for the strap because I connected it. But if you want to make it a tie halter, you can make these longer and then just tie it in the back. But I made it like this. So yeah, now all we have to do is the back straps, and that is pretty simple. You could do it a multiple number of ways as well, but I'm just gonna do it like this. So I'm gonna reattach my yarn here, probably, just like that. And I'm gonna keep it simple, and I'm gonna make kind of a thick strap. So I'm gonna chain 2, and then double crochet into the first stitch, double crochet into the next stitch. These are kind of undefined chains, but just stitching wherever that string is in the way. Okay, so I did about 4 stitches right there. And then I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and do 4 more. Or maybe that was 3. Yeah, that was 3. Okay, so 3 is good. So anyway, I'm just going to keep doing that for a very long time and make a long enough strap that I can wrap it around myself and tie it in the back. So I'm going to do one on this side, and then I'm going to do one on this side. I just finished my straps on both sides, and I measured them. They are 27 inches long when stretched. So you can adjust the strap length accordingly, but that's just what worked for me. And I'm basically, you know, done. If you are a super professional person and would like to single crochet and edging around the inner and the outer corners, you can do that. But I think it looks fine like this, personally. And yeah, I'm basically all done. This is the wrong side, but yeah, it's a pretty cute top. You can wear it however you like. Maybe some styling options are over a bathing suit, to the beach, festival wear, if we ever go to festivals again. But yeah, thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Alright, thank you. Bye.